Yo, what's up? It's Strick, YSL, Slap Business. Shout out to DailyRapFacts.
That shirt though. Let's talk about that shirt, Yacht Club.
Oh yeah, Yacht Club. Yeah, man. That was one of the first singles that I released off my upcoming album. It was featuring Young Thug, Ty Dolla Sign. Really super big record for me. Obviously, my first studio album, I wanted to come out the gate kind of hard. So, along with the record, I just released a bunch of merchandise with it. I have a company called Crown and Sword. So it's basically like a management division that I have for myself. And so we basically just did like the Crown and Sword Yacht Club.
Okay.
But yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we got a bunch of shit dropping.
Yeah, I like how you like combine the song with the merch. Like everything seems like it's like put together pretty well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I actually, I started out doing like a lot of merchandising before I actually kind of like ventured into like doing the artistry and doing the songwriting and stuff like that. So I always had a passion for fashion. So I kind of just had to make sure that I put it together. I had the platform now, so I just want to make everything make sense.
Yeah. Speaking of your songwriting, what was your like, I guess your grand entrance into the industry? Like, did you just start off like writing for other people, or did you put out your own music first?
I was always like releasing my own music. Like kind of like I was always kind of like one foot in, one foot out, like corporate America, going to university, being in the military, doing different things like that. But I always kind of like used, making music as a hobby. But the songwriting kind of didn't come into play until later when I moved out to Los Angeles. After I had already like did all the other stuff in my career field. So the songwriting kind of just came up, man. It was just like a situation where I was just hanging out with some of the boys and was given some opportunities.
Okay. What's I guess like off the top of your head, what's some of the I guess your favorite songs that you've written?
Uh, let's see, a lot of my favorite songs are the ones that I've done, you know what I mean, that I've worked on personally that I'm about to release. I can't wait to share with the world. But I have had an opportunity to collaborate with a lot of major artists and of course, always, got to shout out my boy Travis Scott. That was one of the first platinum records that I got, the first number one that I have, you know what I'm saying? And him giving me an opportunity to co-write that record with him and just be in the room and catch the vibe like with that was like definitely I'll say like a moment where I realized like songwriting is a real thing, and then it actually changed my life too as well.
How did that even come about? Like just speak about coordinating how you and Travis even ended up in the same room.
Well, see, I had like me and Travis had known each other for a while, kind of back and forth. Like, there's some old footage of him and Thug performing at Fool's Gold. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy DJ A-Track in Atlanta. But like, we had known each other for a while. And so it just kind of came about the time where he was working on his album. And my boy TM88 is a producer that was working on the album. He also produced the record Coordinate. And Travis just hit TM like, yo, pull up to the condo, like, come check out some shit, whatever. And then when we get there, we just kind of just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just vibing out like on some homie shit. And then he started just playing some records. And then when he started playing that one, like me and him both was kind of just like vibing. I kind of like had some ideas. He had some ideas and we just put it together and it just, it's crazy. It came out together, coordinated. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
That's a fire record.
Thank you.
But with your writing, how do you decide whether like you ever wrote something that was like, dang, I should have kept that for myself?
Man, like I kind of like sometimes would like think that in the beginning, like when I first like started, like because I always wanted to be an artist myself. And so I was just like, yo, I was, say the hardest shit for myself. But I had a great conversation one time with someone that was mentoring me. And they were just basically like, a great songwriter can always, do it again. So you never should be like, oh yeah, I got to just save this. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can come up with another one. You can do another one. You can come up with one even better. So I kind of just always had that mentality. Like, it's not like about saving anything for myself. Of course, there's records that are more personal that are just, no one else can deliver them because like, it's literally my experience. But in general, like when I do a song or if I'm writing with someone, it's just like, you know what I mean? I don't try to hold anything back.
Okay. And with this new album, what can we expect on the new album? Personal experiences?
Yeah, the new album is just a mixture of like kind of where I've been going and like kind of where I want to take, myself and my fans, like artist wise, experimenting with different sounds, working with a lot of different producers, working with a lot of my in-house producers. So yeah, it's just an exciting time. It's just real vibey, real groovy. I think everybody's gonna love it. It's super hip.
Okay. All right. And now you're signed to YSL, correct?
Yes, Sersky, Slap Business.
Yeah,
You know
so
that.
how do we even get there? How do we get into the slap business? Walk me through.
man, you know, of course, shout out Thug, man, CEO, founder, you know what I'm saying, my brother. Like him and I, once again, kind of like we had already known each other, kind of built like an on and off relationship just from seeing each other in Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I moved to Atlanta, I had got there from Las Vegas. So when I got to Atlanta, I was already, you know, knowing like this is Atlanta. Right at this moment, it was, you know, the mecca for hip hop. You know, obviously, you know, shout out New York, but at this time, you know, Atlanta, you know, they had the crown. So I'm just like, yo, I want to be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I was already doing merchandising and stuff like that. So just from getting around in the city, just kind of like sort of making a name for myself on the business side, I was just able to run across Thug. And then one night that I remember in particular was his birthday a few years ago, probably like 2014, 2015. Me, him, and Bird was just kind of just kicking it. And Bird kind of took a liking to me, and then I ended up going with them to party and shit like that, and we just stayed in touch. But Thug a real one, man. He'd never forget anybody. Like even in them short moments where it's just like we hanging out for a second, we linking up for a small minute. Like he still remember that shit. And you know, it followed back because around like 2016, my boy TM88, who I also, you know, was working with and doing all the Travis Scott shit, he ended up going on tour with Thug and being his DJ. So that just like let me and Thug get like a lot closer because we just built that bond. You know, you're on the road with somebody, man, for 2 or 3 months, you know what I'm saying? Like you can build a relationship.
Yeah. And speaking of like going on the road, what is it? How's it been for you during this whole quarantine process? Has it like, I guess, how do you keep that creative flow going?
See, like, and this, you know, shout out again to a lot of my fellow artists, but definitely, you know, I can speak for my Kent YSL. It's like we were kind of already quarantined. You know what I mean? Like we already stayed in the studio. We was always locked in. You know, so all of us have incredible work ethic. So, you know, the quarantine didn't really change too much, like as far as like creativity or like my workflow or anything like that, because we were already locked in the studio. It did give us like a lot more time to like not have bookings or like not do things where we can actually enjoy, you know, spending time with each other, spending time with our family, like actually, you know, getting to learn ourselves more even, you know what I'm saying, things like that. But the quarantine didn't really have that much of an effect on things for us.
Okay. I know all you guys, like you said, that work ethic is like crazy. And I know you can't give no details technically on like slang language too. I know it's coming.
I can't give any details on that just yet, right? We gotta, you know what I'm saying?
But you can describe the energy. I know it's some good energy coming out of this. Gotta be.
Yeah, no, I mean off top, it's you know, Slang Language 1 was a classic, and Slang Language 1 was also like a very big platform for me and other artists. That was like the first time that I think the masses really got to hear me. It was one of the first records that Thug and I had did. He blessed me with something crazy. You know what I'm saying? STS is legendary. And so again, Sign Language 2, it's like once again we got a few more new artists. Everybody's been around. It's all brothers and sisters. It's real family. But now we got other people that are now getting introduced to the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a really good time for all of us. And the music's high energy, a lot of quality. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of slime shit.
Okay. Have there been times where like you're writing for your album and you're like, I might toss this to the Slime Language 2 project?
No, not really, because again, Thuggy, man, he's such a great leader, man, really, really awesome CEO. And one thing about it was like Slime Language 2, he was just like, you know, everybody's always working together. We all have songs with each other, but he also was like, hey, whatever songs you want to bring to this album and you want, you know, the world to perceive you and see you as, those are the songs that I want you to put out. So we all have a lot of autonomy in that too. So I was never kind of like, oh, I'm writing songs for my album or I'm doing songs for Sign Language 2. It's just like, okay, cool. Like, while we're in the process of working on it, it's just like, oh, if this shit right here is hard and I want the world to hear this right now, then like, you know what I'm saying, let's throw this on here.
Okay. And as far as like your creative process with writing and just coming up with songs, do you have to have like a certain type of vibe around you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, like when I'm recording, it's got to be a certain type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? The lights got to be at a certain level, you know what I'm saying? Everything got to be at a certain frequency, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, I got to keep that gas. I've been smoking a lot more of the grava and the joints lately. I had to go on vocal rest. I did like 72 songs last month. So I had to go on vocal rest for a little bit because I was smoking a lot of backwoods, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but other than that, yeah, the vibe just got to be right. Got to have some candles in there, you know what I'm saying? Just have good energy. But yeah, that's really how I go in my sessions.
Okay. And going back to the gas, who has better weed, out west or like down south?
I mean, Damn, man, I'm out here in Cali right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm really smoking some exclusive. So it's just like, man, I got to give it to the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
that.
Which vibe do you like better?
Where you at? Wait, where you at? Where you based at?
I'm in Maryland, not too far from DC.
Oh, you're in Maryland? Oh, yeah, shout out to Maryland. You know, I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What,
So I fuck with Maryland hard.
what part of North Carolina?
I was born in Lumberton, but I grew up in like Chapel Hill, like around Raleigh Durham area. I went to High Point University too. So shout out to High Point.
Okay. Um, when did you start making music? Was it in college or before?
I have been making music like literally like at a young age, like maybe like high school or something like that. So but again, I was like always like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like between just doing other things, you know what I'm saying, growing up, maturing, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously once I got into the college, it was like, okay, cool, let me kind of straighten up a little bit, you know what I'm saying, focus on this. So it was always just kind of something I always was doing. And again, once I got the opportunity and I took the risk, risk equal reward is actually like one of the monarchs that I live by, because it's like, when I first started, like, you know, I had to do corporate America and everything like that. And then I just quit. And all my homies was always, you know what I'm saying, they was already in the game. They was already doing dope shit. They was already making names for themselves. And that's really what I wanted to be doing. And, you know what I'm saying, the thing that really like was keen to me is that they all believed in themselves so much, you know what I'm saying? And so once I started believing in myself, that was really when things started taking off, you know what I'm saying? Started taking off. I took that risk. I took that reward, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's one of the things now to me, it's like, I've always wanted to do it, but to me and to anyone else that's out there that, you know, has something that they want to, you know, achieve or a goal that they got in mind, it's like, just believe in yourself. And once you believe in yourself, man, and you believe in God, like things will just start taking off. And that's really what happened. So it's like, I always wanted to do it. Now I'm doing it.
Okay. And was there like a key pivotal moment that was like, all right, that's it. Like I'm out. I'm out of the corporate America. I'm in it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say probably like when, you know, when I quit my job back in 2016 and I flew out to LA, like literally as soon as I landed in LA was I had my first big opportunities. My boy was working on a project with Juicy J, and Kanye West had came through, and Kanye West had laid some vocals and did some pretty dope shit. And I had an opportunity to like vocally arrange, you know, some of those records. And that's when I was just like, damn, bro, like literally just, I came from a flight 6 hours ago, you know what I'm saying? I was just like literally in the A. Now I'm out here and it's like, damn, bro, like I just pretty much got a placement, you know what I'm saying? And that was just like one of the signs of like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? God telling you like, all right, you here, like believe in this shit, like it's on the way. So I just stayed focused and just kept going. And then once again, later on, like obviously the Travis opportunity happened and other opportunities just kept presenting themselves. And I just told myself like, all right, cool, I'm not going back. Once you tell yourself like you're not going back to whatever it was, then that's when you know what I'm saying, you start moving forward. Cause I was like, no, I'm not gonna go back to corporate America. I don't care what's going on. I'm not gonna go back and get no regular job. Like I'm already here. I'm doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. The manifestation is a real thing. I really believe in it.
It really is that in divine time, and it's crazy.
Yeah, nah, for sure, bro. Yeah, that's the daily rap fact.
It is. I guess with the corporate America thing, has there been anybody that has reached out to you like from your old job and was like, hey man, I see you doing your thing with Thug and YSL? Has there been any of that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, that shit happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? Why it's so biggest. So it's like everybody like saying what's up. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's all good, you know. I never had any like bad relationships with anybody. Never really had like people like didn't want to see me do well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're gonna have people that don't believe, right? Of course, people are gonna think that it's far fetched, depending on you know where you come from. You come from North Carolina, it might be kind of difficult for people to be like, yeah, you can become a superstar. But if you come from LA, it's like, oh yeah, you can become a superstar in high school. You done did some Disney shit or something already. You know what I mean? So it just depends on like where you're from. So it's just like to me, it's just like when people reach out to me from a long time ago or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's never like no shade, like, haha, yeah, like, fuck you. It's just like, oh, yeah, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate it. Like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could do it too. Like, whatever you got going on, man, like, I hope it work out for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, again, I just had to believe in myself. I had to see this shit. I had to be like, yeah, this can happen.
It's wonderful. Man, so we waiting on the album. We waiting on Slime Language 2. We waiting on Yacht Club to show us more, because I know it's more than music, like you said. And
yeah, definitely.
So I guess after 2021, what's next? Like, I know you got the foresight for something in the future.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. I mean, right now it's really just perfecting my craft, becoming a better artist, really honing in and being able to be more transparent and as transparent as I can be with the world so that way they really get it. You know what I'm saying? So like 2021 and beyond, that's what I'm always saying too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm just really wanting everybody to just stay positive, stay focused, and that's what I'm doing. So I feel like, if I'm that way, I can project that energy out. So my plans are just to continue to be the best, hopefully be one of the greatest.
Okay, man. Well, once again, appreciate you taking out the time to speak with me. It's gonna be crazy. Like by the time, I don't know, I just see like after this interview or any other interview you do, like it's just gonna be crazy for you, like a different level. I just see it.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that for real, man. Definitely. And likewise to you, man. I know you had a background before. I know you used to run another blog back when blogging was crazy. So now we're doing the blog. So again, shout out to you, man. Keep going, man. Don't stop. Daily Rap Facts, man. For real.
Yes, sir.